Gain control, no. Look, the Lakers can gain control by winning and going up 3-1, but the Nuggets cannot gain control by tying the series at 2. Look, I get the sexy narrative that probably concocted by Wilds in the pre-show meeting. Hey, if Denver wins tonight, they've won 2 straight. They can. Most people think they've won 3 straight, really. But for Anthony Davis, the Lakers will be rattled. No. We're talking about LeBron James, folks. LeBron James rallied from a 3-1 deficit against a 73-win team. LeBron James came back from a 3-2 deficit against a legendary Boston Celtics team. He is not going to be shook by being tied at 2 with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Wilds, it's a delicious narrative. It's good TV, but no, Denver cannot take control.
And Broussard, you left one out, was down 3-2 against a legendary Spurs team and ended up winning that NBA Finals in 7 games.
Yes.
They were down 3-2 in that series as well. So listen, I do not believe the Nuggets can gain control of the series with a win tonight. However, and this will shock, I think, everyone on the panel.
Here we go.
I am willing to say this. If the Lakers lose tonight, now, I do not believe they will. I think they will win tonight. But if they lose tonight, tomorrow morning, Jenna, when you ask me, Nick, are you finally nervous? The answer will be yes, because they should not lose tonight. This is a game they absolutely, if they are the team that I believe they have been all year, even though they are playing clearly the second best team in the Western Conference, bar none, this is a game they should win. They should win this game for a number of reasons, but not the least of which is they know they have played really bad basketball for the last 6 quarters. And they did, I don't want to say they got lucky in game 2, but that's a coin flip game. And while, you know, we're kind of going to change hats here for a moment because Broussard was preaching the gospel of LeBron James, I'm going to be somewhat critical or at least observant of something that happened after game 2. You know how we knew LeBron thought this series was over? Because he started talking about the MVP voting. Now, he caught himself, and he was like, listen, I'm totally happy. I'm up 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals. Everything's great. But when LeBron started game 2 with 20 points in the first 18 minutes, and the Lakers were up massive, he was already making NBA Finals plans. That almost cost the Lakers game 2, and then it did cost them, or their overall effort cost them game 3. So I do feel like LeBron has to re-lock in despite having a 30-point triple-double because the Nuggets are not going to be easily dispatched. Now, Brandon, I think the Lakers are going to win tonight, but a loss tonight, if all of a sudden it's a best of 3, then you are an Anthony Davis turned ankle, you know, a Jamal Murray 50-point explosion away from actually being in trouble. So I don't know if the Nuggets would take control of the series, but it would make me, for the first time all year, anxious about the Lakers, you know, almost fait accompli of winning the NBA championship this season, Brandon.
And you should be. And Chris, you need to jump on that as well. Think about what you just said, Nick. You just talked about this guy being distracted and he has to lock back in. What happened to playoff mode LeBron? I thought when LeBron goes to the playoffs, he stops tweeting. He doesn't post on Instagram. Who is this LeBron? Because if you think about it, the same things that you guys are talking about now going into this game, he should have had that same mentality last game. But we didn't see that. And if you change it, like this, our perspective should change because we are Anthony Davis big shot away from saying that the Lakers should be scared because this is a red-hot Nuggets team. You know, going into this thing, and I said it yesterday, it was okay, this team is just hot. You know, Murray, who is this guy? Can he do it again? Can he do it again? They're showing us that they're a really good team, and they're one of the premier teams in the NBA. So if they win this game, I don't think they take control. I think they can easily win this series.
So, real quick, because a lot of people, Wilds, have made the point, if not for the Anthony Davis shot, they're down 2-1. For the record, I reject that premise. If the Anthony Davis shot had happened in Game 3 when the series was 1 apiece, then that would be accurate. But the logic of if Anthony Davis misses that shot, the Lakers are down 2-1, presupposes that if Anthony Davis had missed that shot, the Lakers would have played the exact same game they played in Game 3. And they wouldn't have. And more importantly, the Nuggets would have played the exact same game they played in Game 3, which here's the evidence we have of the Nuggets in the bubble. When they are facing elimination, and I would argue being down 2-0 against LeBron and AD is facing elimination, they are spectacular. They are 7-0 Wilds when facing either literal or de facto elimination. They are 2-8 in every other game, which does speak well for the Lakers tonight, but it also speaks to the fact that I don't think they would have won Game 3, certainly the way they did, had they won Game 2, because I think the Lakers would have been far sharper, Wilds.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's why it makes a good argument for Denver. And before I address the Nuggets, Broussard, that's not how I sound. That's a terrible Wilds impression. I don't. Is that how I know you can't hear your own voice, but is that how I sound?
Right on the money.
Like, yeah,
I thought it was right on the money.
I know Wilds will say. This is my impression of your impression of me. I know Wilds will say this. That's Broussard. Anyways, this is why. This is a win-win. This is a win-win for Denver. If they lose, then they're down 3-1. They win. Yep. And if they win, they win. They literally are in the best spot of any team in the history of sports. They can't go wrong. They lose, they win, they win, they win. It's fantastic. One thing of note, and I know you guys love Anthony Davis. Nick, you were saying he's better than LeBron, and you should go to
no,
not
I didn't say that.
Better than Giannis, and we should fly to Giannis's house and take his MVP away and give it to LeBron, or maybe they slice it down the middle and give it to both of them because they're great. And Broussard, you said Anthony Davis is making the jump to like all-time greatest player, and we should start building multiple statues of him. Then he followed up all of that praise with 2 rebounds. 2 rebounds. And it's not just that he had a bad game. Wasn't great. Paul Millsap doing a great job. AD 5 for 18 when being defended by Paul Millsap, shooting 28%. So maybe it's not that AD just is not showing up. Maybe it's good old Paul Millsap gets his first win over LeBron, gets a little confidence, starts feeling himself, only needs 3 more. And that's not how I sound, Broussard.
It is.
Look,
Go ahead, Broussard.
I understand you guys saying it's a series. Look, I predicted Lakers in 6, so they got to lose 2 games. It would be a series now. There's no question about it. If Denver comes out and wins tonight, it would be a great series. But take control, that's going a little bit too far. And Brandon sounds like you're ready to. Brandon, it sounds like you're ready to say Denver's the better team, like you said about the Clippers. Are you ready to go there? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah, I am ready to go there, and I'm not afraid to say that on national television.
So Denver's
100%.
the better than the Lakers.
Listen,
Okay.
let me tell you why. Let me tell you, I'm saying I will back that up because when you look at Jokic and how they were able to play him in the regular season, they had 4 guys that can defend him. Now nobody can defend him because not only can he get his shots off in the paint, but he's also developing this Dirk Nowitzki type shot off of one leg. You can't defend this guy at all. He stepped into his own. And Murray, for the very first time, because you guys know I was cold on Murray. I'm like, I think this is a flash in the pan type talent. He hasn't done it in the regular season. He's been in the league for 4 years. And when you look at Murray, it seems like he has his legs under him and he's confident to find his shot no matter what. Last series, he had 2 of the best defensive perimeter players in the league guarding him, in Paul George and Kawhi. Who's guarding him now?
Oh, boy.
So for that reason, I do think that they're the better team coming down to matchups. Okay. And now you have Grant and you have these other guys that can step up and be a difference maker and really add true value. And for that reason, I do think they're the better team.
Okay,
You
so
like
2
that?
things. One is the answer to who's gonna guard him, if need be, a guy who is at this point somehow still, the critical moments, the best perimeter defender in basketball. LeBron James will guard him if you need be. Better than Kawhi and Paul George. Give me a break. But more importantly, let me tell America what, while Brandon was talking, I was seeing. Listen, I think folks know this. I'm a gambler, and back when you could go to casinos, I went to them a lot. And sometimes you're playing blackjack next to a guy, and he is on fire, and you're happy for him. He sat down with $200, and he's all of a sudden got 5,000 in front of him. He can't miss a hand. That was Brandon during the Clippers series. And then he's about to leave, and he turns and he goes, you know what? Screw it. Puts it all on one more hand. And you turn over like, no, get up and go. Walk away, man. He's like, nope, and boom. Monkey, 26, you're out, and you walk
isn't that
out
what
feeling
Chris did
terrible.
last series?
Brandon was
Chris
feeling
did that
great.
with the Clippers.
Oh, yeah,
Fun night.
absolutely.
Chris did
And by the
that.
way, he went home.
Don't drag me in
Broussard
there.
went home angry. Now
Don't
you're going
drag
to go
me in
home
there.
angry, and I'm going to be the only person cashing out at the cage at the end of this thing saying these dopes. They had it, and they just wouldn't listen.
Well,
These dopes.
listen,
That's what
Lakers better hope that fourth quarter Lakers show up tonight and not first, second, and third quarter Lakers for